Oh,
Okay, guys, we're not even doing the countdown. Hello,
not
hello,
even.
hello.
We went down a rabbit hole.
We did. We went down a rabbit hole. You're busted.
Busted.
Hello, hello.
What about Bigfoot fiber?
Ooh.
Bigfoot fiber.
Ooh.
Now, we would probably have to contact Sasquatch and ask permission. We might need to get licensing from Sasquatch. I like Bigfoot fiber. I like the way it sounds.
That's not a real thing. It's a. Hi, Linda. Hi, guys.
That's already.
It's available.
Oh my goodness, Bigfoot fiber.
Because Bigfoot isn't a real thing. It's like the abominable snowman or the.
Right.
I'll have to look and see if it's copyrighted.
Bigfoot fiber. I like it.
That's cute.
Yeah. Especially being in the Northwest.
Wow. That surprises me. Okay, guys. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everybody. We're brainstorming here.
We're brainstorming. Let me put up the little thingy so y'all know what's going on. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let me put. Hello, hello. You caught us mid-thought. Okay, so let me just. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Linda. And I got it. Where's the little thing? Oh, I got to put this up. Okay. So,
baby yarn on the hoof. Baby yarn on the hoof. Right over there.
Baby yarn on the hoof. Oh, I like that. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Bigfoot fiber. And it's easy to remember. It's kind of
cute.
Fun to say. It's fun to say.
Fun. It's cute.
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you guys what's going on. So, hello, hello, hello. This is Robbin and Miss Dana. Miss Dana is back on the road again. On the road again.
No. I prefer Roger Miller over Willie Nelson.
I don't know the difference.
King of the road.
Trailer for sale.
Yes.
Rooms to let 50 cents.
Yes, that's
no food, no phone, no
food, no pets.
Ain't got no cigarettes. Oh, stogies I have. Oh, that's probably we can't sing any more than that. We're gonna get a ding.
I used to play that on the flute. It's one of the first songs I learned how to play on the flute.
That's funny. King of the road.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Miss Deb. Hello.
Hi, Deb. Hi, everybody.
Okay, so let's tell y'all what's going on. So, you guys saw, yeah, right? That's for sure, Miss Linda. Miss Linda hit the nail on the head. It's a good thing we both have other jobs. Except I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. The other day, I don't know, it's a couple weeks ago. I think I was at the shop, so it was a Saturday. And Miss Dana had her live up, and it was a live while she was driving, and she was talking about making her videos about doing her color charts.
The shorts.
Her shorts.
Music. Yeah. And I was singing poorly.
And she was singing there. And so what she does is she has people send or give her ideas for colors and music. Colors. As for instance, Purple and Prince Purple Rain, which of course she cannot do because they're all copyrighted, and he doesn't. Can you turn this? They're all. You can't get Prince music.
Yeah, not for shorts.
She was singing as people would make suggestions. See, she was singing. I'll tell you what, when she was really singing, this girl can sing. This girl can sing.
It takes a little effort, but when I'm being lazy, it just sounds like off-key crap.
When she's singing, she can sing. I don't want to say I was surprised because I've kind of heard snippets before, but this girl can sing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, tell them why we went down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
Why we were late.
And I'll also tell you why you guys just may have lost out on a giveaway. Miss Dana may have just won some yarn.
I blew it. Well, I know what I want.
So, if you guys have not seen it yet, there's a video that dropped this morning announcing the opening of a yarn store, a new local yarn store, and it's a micro yarn store. The yarn store is 10 feet wide and I don't know, 7-8 feet tall. It's the smallest. And it's so funny. I was gonna say it's the smallest yarn store in the world, but it's so funny because a couple of days ago I just saw a lady announce the smallest ever local yarn store, but I think mine is still smaller because hers you can walk into, so it's about 6 feet deep, and I don't even have that much space. Mine is literally one wall. So as you guys know, I work inside my sister's craft store, and I have convinced her, because I can be very convincing, just like that lady on the TV who convinces her grandkids convince her to get a dog. So I convinced my sister that we need a section in the craft store for a yarn shop area. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. And honestly, it didn't take much convincing because she wanted to do that from the very beginning. So it's one of those things where it was her idea, but it took a year for me to come around to agreeing to it. So kind of like with Mr. and the Yarn Bus, it had to be It had to be my idea before it was a good idea.
Okay.
So, hey, Mama Gwen. So we are opening up an actual yarn store inside of her craft store, and we are. Well, I don't want my name on it. I don't want my name on it because it's her yarn store. I'm just managing it. And that way, if it fails, my name's not attached to it in any way. So it's not Roaming with Rover. It's not Robbin. It's not any of them things. And so what I'm doing right now is I have somebody building the website, and we need a name to attach to this website so I can get going on that part of it. And so the problem is, as you can imagine, most of the names are taken. Most of the cute yarny names are taken. And if the actual yarn name isn't in use, there's a thing where people can, they have ownership of it. Even if the name isn't out being used, they already have ownership of it.
Right. I have an ownership of several domain names that had to do with my horse trading business. Nobody can have them. Unless they want to pay me for them, they can have them.
Yeah. Well, even with my first aid company, the name of my company is Affordable First Aid. And the first is 1ST. If the word's spelled out, first, FIRST, somebody owns that. It's not in use. And if I want to buy it, it's $10,000. So I don't use that. It's just 1ST, and that's fine. So I've been pulling my hair out for the last 2 days, and just because there's not a domain name, and just because somebody doesn't have the domain name in hold, doesn't mean there isn't already a yarn store using that name, or somebody on YouTube using that name, or something that's widely known using that name. So you got to watch out for that stuff too.
Right.
So it's been interesting trying to come up with something. So I had it down to about 3 things that I really liked. And I was going to have you guys vote on them today. And I was going to also open it up to you guys throwing some names out there. And then just as we were getting ready to come on live, Miss Dana was throwing some things out, and I think we came up with a winner. And just doing a quick domain search, it's available, which I can't believe it is. And now, so I'm going to have my IT lady do an overall search, and we also have to do a copyright search to make sure it's not copyrighted.
Well, that takes 5 seconds.
Right, but it still has to be done.
Right.
And but I'm still open for you guys throwing out some suggestions. And I kind of want something cute. I kind of want something that'll be easily recognizable. I don't want it to be you can't have a cutesy spelling, because things that are spelled unusual, people won't find you. I don't want it to be specific towards knit or crochet. And what was the other thing?
So let me tell how we started this conversation.
Yes.
Years ago, like 2009, 2008, somewhere in there, I started a horse training business with a partner, and his name was Dan. Okay, so I started doing a ton of research on the best business names, and the number 1 and number 2 business names in the world at that time were Roomba and Virgin. They were one word. They were, Roomba is kind of fun to say, and the best thing about Roomba is it was a made-up word, but you could easily picture how it's spelled. It was just the best thing. So I came up with a little bit of play on the letters of our names and came up with Dandy Equine, and there's that whole story. But so I started going through that with Robbin, and you don't have to stick to all those rules, but when it's like Fiber Cubby, I feel like it doesn't roll and it doesn't stick, right? Yeah. So, but for some reason, we came up with this one this morning that really speaks to the area, and I think would be easy to remember.
Mm-hmm. So what let me get to my thing. So this is what we're thinking about. So we came up with, surprisingly, most everything with the word fiber in it is already taken, but Northwest Fiber is not taken, or Northwest Fiber Arts wasn't taken. Now that's just the domain name. That isn't doing all the other searches. So, and I need to write these down.
Right.
Why do I not have a notebook over here? I'm writing all my notes in the back of the pattern.
And that's how the fight started.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at Northwest Fiber Arts, and because the name of the store is Art, A-R-T. So yeah. It's nice to have art in it. So Northwest Fiber Arts. And then we did.
And Northwest Fiber Art. Be sure to get both of those if you can. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one is, because we are in the Pacific Northwest, PNW, Pacific Northwest Fiber Art, PNW Fiber Art.
I don't like that one. I don't like that one.
Just Northwest. And then we came up with Bigfoot, because Bigfoot is the big thing around here. He's kind of our local guy.
Yeah, he's a local celebrity.
He's not taken, which I cannot believe.
Bigfoot Fibers is kind of like hedgehog fibers.
Yeah.
Right? How can you not remember hedgehog fibers? Yeah, Bigfoot Fibers. I love it.
Fibers. So we've got Bigfoot fibers and we've got Bigfoot fiber arts. Neither of those were taken.
I love it.
So we'll have to, and so we'll do a big search for that, you know, a background search for that. But I still want your guys' ideas. And
yes,
if one of your guys' ideas gets picked and and it can be used, it's not already taken, you know, we do the copyright and all the doodads, you'll get a free skein of yarn of the yarn that we've got. So give me some ideas. Come up with some ideas. Give me something that we can use. So this is for our.
We'll have to go back and watch the replay.
Yeah, this is
when you've got
web address.
Chat.
Mm-hmm. You can email it to me. Yeah, put it in the comments. So put on your thinking caps, because you guys are super creative out there.
And she's got about a day to come up with a name.
Yeah, because I've got to get a name for our website, for the web address. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to show. So let's move on. I have 3 things I want to mention today. I'm sure Robbin's got a list too. I'd like to mention one of them. Everybody, raise your hand. Who thinks Robbin should get that female Rottweiler?
What? No.
Everybody raise their hand. Yeah. I want to hear from everybody. I was re-listening to your live this morning, and I thought, you need that Rottweiler. There's no reason. You guys are not that old. You're not that old.
I'm not.
Sorry, mister.
He's outside. He's out playing with
his chickens. Because listening to her talk about that dog on Sunday, I think it would enrich your lives. I know that this past 6 months I went without having a dog for the first time in 15 years. There was a certain freedom to it, I'm not going to lie. But having Benji here, I feel more enriched in my life. I feel like it's a healthier lifestyle mentally. So everybody, what?
We have Morgan's cats.
Yeah, well, you need the Rottweiler. I think it would be a really great service dog for Mr. And you love her. She already started to get a connection with you.
She was so sweet. She was so sweet. And smart. Oh my gosh, that dog was smart.
So sorry to ambush you.
Trust me, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
This is not news.
Yeah, everybody, let's peer pressure her into calling about that dog. Just what you need, huh?
You know,
I don't think they shed that much.
Oh yeah, these cats. No. I've never in my life had a cat that I couldn't love and snuggle with, and it's so weird to me.
Well, I think it would be a great connection, emotional connection for both of you. Robbin's ready to hit me with a stick. Okay, what did you want to talk about?
Does anybody want to see the shawl?
I want to see the shawl.
Okay, so Miss Linda, I have an answer for you, finally. So the answer is 4 or 5.
4 or 5 skeins.
4 or 5. Okay, so here's what the shawl is looking like, you guys. You're getting a sneak peek.
Okay, get it big. Go big. Go big. Go big.
All right, I'm going big. So the shawl that I have designed, my very, very first design, I have the pattern is 100% figured out. And trust me, I've changed it about 50 times since I started. And I did my first prototype over the weekend, and I didn't like it. So I started over because it ended up being only 5 feet long, which was not long enough. So I completely started over. Now it's 6 feet long, which is perfect. But being 6 feet long, it obviously takes more yarn. So I started over, and I just literally was measuring this morning before we went live. And so this is one skein of yarn, and I zigzagged it back and forth so I could get a measurement. So with one skein of yarn, 6 feet long, and I've pinned it all together. This is going to be 16. The shawl itself will be 16 inches wide and 6 feet long. So if you're wearing, now you got to use a little imagination because I've got this thing all pinned together and falling down.
I like it.
So I think 16 inches wide is just exactly wide enough. And honestly, the shawl that I have here, a finished shawl that I have here, is exactly this size. It's 16 inches wide and it's 6 feet long. So, oh my God, isn't that color just gorgeous?
And this yarn is the DK, correct?
Yes, this is the DK, and I'll show you the yarn that I'm using. But so this is 4 skeins of yarn to the inch. Now, if you know me, I always get an extra skein of yarn in everything that I do.
Yeah.
So this is the design. This is the pattern. I don't know how well you can see that. But the star of the show is this iris stitch, which I love.
Oh.
Love that iris stitch. And
what size do you use?
I am using the Anthem DK, which is available in our new yarn store. Anthem DK.
How many yards is in the skein?
I'm sorry?
How many yards is in the skein?
This is
yards.
It's a 3-weight, 100 grams, 248 yards. And I am using, the other thing I did was I started with the size they suggested, the hook size, which was no, I lied. I started with a 4, which was too small. And then I moved up to a 5, and then I moved up to a 5.5, and I like it the best. So I'm using a 5.5 and I 5.5, and I love the way it's working up. It's nice and soft and squishy. It's got a lot of bounce to it, and I can show you on this one because this was the same. It's got a real nice movement, which I think in a shawl you don't want a shawl to be really dense.
No, and you want a lot of drape.
Yeah, you want a nice drape. And this is 100% acrylic anti-pilling. So this is a real nice yarn.
Okay.
And we are able to price this for you at, just a second, I've got it, $4.50 a skein.
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping. $4.50 a skein plus shipping. Now, as a thank you for being supporters of me and my channel and this whole endeavor, you guys are going to get 10% off right off the top. But because you're going to contact me until I get this, until I get the website up and running. So you would contact me directly to put an order in. And so the video dropped this morning about about the new yarn shop and all the different colors. Oh my gosh, we've got so many colors. Thank you, Miss Linda. And I know the color you want, and I've already got your color set aside, Miss Linda. So if you want to look at all the colors we have, go take a look at that video this morning. It shows all the, I think we've got 20 or 25 colors in the shop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 in this DK. We've got 20 colors in the shop of this DK that I can immediately get out to you. And then if there's something that we don't have available in the shop, I put in the description box of that video a direct link to the Cascade Yarns, and you can go and look at what other colors they have available. But we've got a good mix. I tried to get a really good mix of all their colors. Hello, Miss Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
So yeah, 5 yarn, 4 should be exactly what you need. I would go with 5. And you're going to get, like I said, 10% off right off the top. And because I love you guys, if there's something else you see that we have in the shop, you're going to get 10% off your entire order, not just the DK.
Yeah.
Now, I have not put the prices up yet. I'm going to when we I have to do this, and I'm going to go visit with Miss Cynthia when we're done. But I'm going to put our prices in. I'll pin it to the top of the description. I can tell you right now, though, there's only 5 different kinds of yarn. So I'll pin the prices in the description, not the description, the comments. I'll pin it to the top of the comments. And so any of the yarns that I've got in stock there that you want, you're going to get 10% off any of the yarns, just because I love you guys. And I really appreciate you guys supporting me in this massive endeavor. So the Nifty Cotton, which is their 100%, like it's the kitchen cotton, but it's so soft. It's equivalent to the 24/7 cotton. You could use it for a wearable. That's $8.50 a skein. The Cotton Effects, which is the pretty colored cottons, again, same softness, is $9. The Pacific, which is, let me think a second. That is the, oh, I love it. I love it.
Superwash Merino.
Yes, that's, it's the
acrylic.
Yeah, it's 60% acrylic, 40% superwash merino. And that's
an anti-pilling, right?
It's also anti-pilling, yes. And it's only $8.50, you guys. It's only $8.50. The Anthem DK that I just showed you that this is made from, that is $4.50. And the Heritage, which is the sock weight, and it is the 75-25. So 75, it's 25 nylon and 75% of the
superwash.
Thank you, superwash merino, and that's only $12. That is only $12, you guys. You know you've seen that for way more. So beautiful stuff. I'm just so impressed. Okay, so 10% right off the top. Anything that you want me to send out to you. And I ordered some new shipping bags, so those should be here today too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
I already know what I want to order. I want to use some of that Nifty Cotton, a ball of that, to make my summer yarny YouTube hack project.
Oh, that's right.
Another top secret.
Another top secret.
Yeah.
Project. I'll tell you guys, that cotton is so nice. I bought some at Christmas time because you guys know the mess that I got into with that cotton that I ended up washing because it was literally making my hands raw. That sugar and cream. And
What if you were holding it too tight? What the heck?
I could not believe how soft that stuff was to work with. I couldn't believe it.
But it's strong. So a lot of times you want soft, but you want strong. Or you want soft and you want stretchy. But for a lot of these kitchen items and, other items, you want soft and strong in a cotton.
Yeah. But yeah, this is good for kitchen items or baby blankets. It's that nice. It is that nice. And the other thing I love about their stuff is you go on their website and look up any one of their yarns, and they've got free patterns for every one of them. Every one of them. So I finally have an answer for this, and I think I mentioned it in the video that I thought it was going to take 4, but I had redesigned this since I did that, and I was nervous. But yes, it's definitely 4, but I would go 5. If you're like me, I always like to have an extra skein. So this Sunday,
our girl Diane.
Well, that's right. This Sunday is our girl Diane. So is the live with Miss Diane, and that's going to be so fun. She's going to do, and I'll tell you what, I did not know this, Dana. I went to her website. She has a Ravelry page, and I linked it to the video. And oh my gosh, she's got some beautiful things on there.
She's got barn quilt squares.
She's got barn
quilt. Did you see those? Yes, barn quilt crochet squares.
She's got RV quilt squares.
She is so creative.
Darling. And I want to say owls. I'm going from memory here. Give me a break. I think there's 2 different kinds of owls. She's got a cat and cat one. They're just adorable. That girl is so talented. Oh, that reminds me of a question I need to ask you when we're off of here. Here, let me write it down on my notepad.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I'll remember that.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to give you, for me to give you a suggestion for a gift for your sister.
I'm ready.
Okay, she likes gnomes. So this, we're talking about, you could do this in the Anthem, or you could do it in that 100% acrylic worsted.
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember Trevor the Turtle?
Yes.
If you could find a gnome pattern in a mosaic, and then to top it off, you could do a 3D nose for the gnome that with maybe even the beard. I mean, you can run away with the creativity, but a mosaic gnome with some 3D element surface stuff done to it,
of like a pillow.
Like a pillow. Do you think she'd love that?
Oh, she'd love that.
Okay, so it's just an idea that popped into my head when I was rewatching your live from Sunday.
Yeah, she would love that.
Yeah.
That would look so cute in the shop.
Or in her house, too.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to make 2 of them. Oh, sorry about that. Because she'll have one in her house, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay, so just an idea.
Yeah.
Mosaic pillow with some 3D elements to it, all done in a gnome.
Mm-hmm.
So
she told me there was a thing about gnomes that I didn't know, and I'm not a gnome person, so don't really care. But she said if there's 2 different kinds of gnomes, who knew?
Yeah.
And apparently, if their eyes show, it's one kind, And if their eyes don't show, it's a different kind. And she likes the ones where their eyes don't show.
So what's the difference? What are the kinds?
I don't know.
Oh.
Because I don't care enough to know. Here, let me look it up. K-N, how do you spell gnome? Somebody, how do you spell gnome?
Gnomes. Gnomes.
V-Y-E with eyes. Oh, okay. Here we go. There's a whole thing. Gnomes with their eyes covered are Scandinavian gnomes.
Okay.
Oh, those are Scandinavian Santas.
Really?
Yes.
So what are the kind with the eyes showing?
These are traditional gnomes. It's considered that their eyes are scary to look at, and that's why they're covered.
Oh. Well, what about the ones with the eyes showing?
I haven't got that far yet.
Okay. So they have scary eyes.
Mm-hmm. You want to keep them on your good side, so you're supposed to leave gifts for them.
Okay.
I don't know. Gnomes with eyes. Oh, there's 4 types of gnomes. There's 4 types of gnomes: forest, rock, tinder, and deep. Oh, good Lord. This is getting way too complicated.
Oh, wow. That's a rabbit hole. I'm not interested.
Right. Oh. Oh, my Lord. These ones with eyes are terribly scary looking.
Are they?
Yeah. They're scary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't like the ones with eyes. They're scary. There's a lot of information. Good Lord.
Around 2009, 2010, I had a horse training student, a guy who would come out and learn how to train horses. And so we became, his name was Gabe. Anyway, him and his wife, I was friends with them on Facebook, and everybody was talking about zombie apocalypse back then. And we're of the party that rolls their eyes at this. Okay, so somehow some kind of zombie apocalypse thing was going on Facebook, and so Gabe started this thread. Like, he posted about, that on a certain date, the squirrel horde is going to start marching across the lawn in battle against the gnomes. I forget what he called the gnomes, but the gnomes were the good guys, and it was the battle to take over the bird bath. And we would just, all of us would start adding to the story in the comments, and I was in my jet tub, in my garden tub, in my corner bathroom with the windows open, with the black powder rifles, the muzzle loaders, all lined up, and the gnomes were reloading for me as I was taking, popping off squirrels one by one with these muzzleloaders, these black powder rifles, and the story just went on for weeks.
Oh my
It was
Lord.
hysterical. Oh my goodness. Everybody just kept adding to the story. And then finally, in the end, the squirrel horde was defeated and the gnomes were victorious at the bird bath.
Yay!
Unfortunately, I don't know, there were other characters involved, like the little stone rabbits and the little frog figurines, and there was the pond. There was the taking of the pond, but we lost. I don't know, some flower pots or something. Flower pots were destroyed, all taking place in somebody's yard.
Good Lord.
That was fun. That was a fun thing to be a part of. Very, very creative. Very creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Paula said they found a garden snake in her house in the basement. Put him back outside.
Put it back outside. It'll eat the mice. Well, I don't know if a garter snake would. Pretty small. I don't know if they chase off snakes or not, or what they must eat bugs.
Yeah, they must eat something.
Yeah.
I'm not thrilled with them, but I'm sure Kitten would.
I tell you what, when I
was in the house, Rocky Kitty, he was such a good hunter, but he used to catch those snakes from outside and bring them in the house. Blah.
My friend Pat, Benji's mom, was so afraid of snakes, and she didn't care what kind they were. I mean, it was almost to where she would have a panic attack and a breakdown.
That's about the way I am.
Well,
with them.
When I walked, she would sleep in until 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And you know me, I'm up in the morning. Mm-hmm. I walked into the kitchen, over by the kitchen door one morning, and next to the dog's water dish was a bull snake.
Ooh.
Which is a very good snake to have around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But I can look up and I took a picture of it and I sent this past another dog did. He killed it, didn't he? I said, no, I out of, by the garage. He says, that won't come back. It's been, she physically has fear, like clinical attacks. I'm like, I'm sorry, they're the good snakes. They eat the mice. Yeah. I don't know how that thing got in the house.
Oh, really?
I don't know how it got in the house.
The dog didn't bring him in, maybe?
Well, I don't think so. The dogs were all in bed with Pat.
Oh.
And Dooley was in bed with me, and he wouldn't have brought a snake in.
No.
I don't know how he got in, but
I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. They're pretty clever. Way more than I want.
Yeah.
I don't like any of that stuff. And we've got the dog door, so I know they can get in. I know they can. And I just hate stuff. But I know most of them are harmless, and we don't have anything around here that's going to get. Well, we do. We have rattlesnakes here.
Oh yeah, Eastern Washington has rattlesnakes. That's for sure.
All over the place.
Yes.
But not near where. Probably not in my yard.
It would be rare. I think it's possible, but it would be rare.
It'd be very rare, yeah.
Yes.
But I'm just glad that now my brother-in-law, where he was like they're near the river, up a little bit in the wooded area. He would have to open his door and watch before he stepped out on his back porch because he had snakes up there sleeping on his back porch all the time.
Ew, I would hate that. I would get some snake abatement people. There are people who will relocate them. I mean, they'll have a snake fry too, but most of those snakes, because you can only eat so many snakes, but they will take those snakes and they will relocate most of them.
Yeah.
And I would be paying those people weekly. Ugh.
Well, because when it was hot, they would come up for the shade.
Yes.
And when it was cold, they were looking for the heat of the back porch of the house.
Right. Yes.
I hated it. But that's.
I'm in Florida for the same reason. You got to watch out when you step out your backyard for gators,
like alligators. Yeah. But when you live in those areas, that's just the reality of it.
It's part of your life.
It is.
Those people get used to it. They keep their head on a swivel and. Ugh.
Yep.
I will never forget that one being within 2 feet of Dooley. Oh. Yep. I could have lost Dooley.
Oh, my Lord.
That quick, Dooley would have been gone.
Yep. Well, and in Arizona, it's the javelinas. And we did.
Yes. Wild pigs.
Yep. That's how we lost. That's how we lost the cat.
Yeah.
Rocky was just the best cat ever.
Oh.
Man, he was a good cat. But now, to be fair, he was an older cat, and if he'd have been 5 years younger, I don't think they'd have got him. I don't think because he was quick. He was a quick kitty cat. But anyway, that's and the reality is that's the circle of life, and you can't.
Right. Yeah.
As much as I don't like it, that's the reality of life.
Right. But and I'm not conditioned to looking for gators, especially near this, body of water that we were walking past. Anybody who lives down there would have been careful. Right. I was not careful, and I felt horrible. I still get sick to my stomach thinking that I could have lost Julie to that gator.
Yeah, because you're not used to that.
I'm not conditioned to it. Scary stuff.
When we're done here today, I'm going over to Miss Cynthia. So, Miss Cynthia, I know you're here lurking. I have, and everybody on here knows I have a terrible time with names, but for some reason I have decided that your name is Claudia, and I keep calling you Claudia. But
I keep correcting her.
And he keeps correcting me. Thankfully. But so when we're done here, I'm going over to Cynthia's house, and we're going to combine our squares and get them off in the mail.
It was $1.80 something for each of the squares that I mailed yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
I sent out 7 of them. It was very good. She's like, well, what is it? I said, it's a crocheted square. She showed it to the other guy. She said, it's very flexible. He says, that'll fit. That goes as a large envelope.
Nice.
Very nice.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to not go to my regular post office. She's
the Nazi.
Yeah.
She's the postal Nazi.
She's a super nice lady, but she's a very strict rule follower.
Well, I feel like the post office I went to, they were following the rules, and I think you're going to be following the rules even with 2 squares in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I'm just going, I know the one I can get away with the other one.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So One more thing I'd like to mention. I want to remind everybody of the postcard challenge. I have a handful of postcards in already. I'm looking for more. You can send as many as you want, as long as you don't send more than one a day. Send me a postcard, make them different, and you need to put on there your favorite kind of yarn to work with. And 2, a project that you like making with that yarn. And 3, give me a search term, something to look up what you're talking about on the back of that postcard. And send it to P.O. Box 921, Emmett, Idaho 83617. I'm looking for more postcards.
And she really, really wants to design a knit wedding gown.
Right, yes.
Out of thread. Out of number 10 thread.
Yeah, I don't think so. So what I'll do in January is I'll randomly draw one of those postcards, and I will design a pattern in your name. Crochet pattern, not Klingon.
Knit wedding gown.
I don't speak Klingon. And I wouldn't mind doing a thread project, but I can't design it. I can't do that. Oh my goodness. I'm really excited about that, especially looking at the postcards I've already received. Joyce is sending one once a month, which is great. You send one or send however many you want, as long as it's no more than one a day. I don't want to stack them sent all at once. Let's drag this out, make it more fun. Okay, I am 3 miles away from my field stop.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And where is it?
And that'll be Rice Hill, Oregon. It's all, you could also call it Oakland, Oregon. But for some, it's called
yeah, 15, 20 years to crochet a wedding gown, or to knit a wedding gown out of crochet thread. That won't take long. That won't take long. Cynthia said that'll take 15 to 20 years.
Is that all? Yeah. I mean, I like working with thread.
What was I going to show you guys? I saw something this morning that I was going to show you guys. What was it? It was something on... Oh, I know what I was going to show you guys. I don't normally do this. And neither of us do this. None of us believe in this. But Miss Seta has asked us for a favor. And we all love Miss Seta.
What is it?
So she has a second YouTube channel. So she's got her yarn YouTube channel. And I think most of us know that she recently got married. And so she's got a second YouTube channel, and it's kind of a day in the life with her and her honey. And it's called Everyday Life at Seta's Place. So if you go to her regular YouTube channel, she's got a link to her new channel. And so she's just asking us to support her new channel and to subscribe to her new channel and watch it, basically. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. So that's all it is. Oh, look at Miss Dana's beautiful, beautiful, her very, very simple blankie that she did.
Which one?
This very that very beginner level.
Fruit garden.
1/2 mile.
Yes.
Simple.
Simple.
This truck is acting weird in front of me. And of course, guess who it is?
Who is
Market.
it?
It's Market Express. You weirdo. Just get on down the road. Get out of the way. What are you doing? Go, 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 go.
Interesting.
Those dang Market Express drivers
Yep.
always causing trouble.
What was that thing that lady the other day said? Oh, she said her blocks were still on the skein.
Still on the skein. Well, I have 3 squares still on the skein, but I'm thinking, I'm guessing that I'm going to get them done and mailed out in time. Just barely. Just barely. Okay. All right. Well, I need to get out of here because I'm going to fuel up and then I'm going to walk the puppy and then I'm going to go in and grab something to eat.
Something to eat. Let me guess. She's going to get bacon or she's going to get
half a baked chicken. Half a chicken.
half a chicken.
Right.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm getting out of here. Are you staying on?
Just for a couple minutes because I got to get packed up and ready to go. I've got a date with Miss Cynthia.
She's going to talk about me after I'm gone.
Oh, absolutely.
So stick around for that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye. So let me give you guys an update of what's going on with Miss Amber because you guys haven't talked to her for a bit. So her mama had surgery last Wednesday. I had to stop and think for a second. Her mama had surgery last Wednesday. It went very, very well. It did not take as long as they anticipated, and it was not as, I don't want to say invasive because it was fully invasive, but it wasn't as, they thought they were going to have to do this and this and this and this, and they only had to do this and this. So however you want to say what I just did, they didn't have to do as much as they thought they were going to have to do. She's recovering well. She is still in hospital, but everything is going good. Everything is going well. Amber is with her mother in the hospital every day. So she's been, thank you, involved. That's a good word. That's a good term. She's with her mom every day, helping her with her recovery. Walking is the big thing right now. They need to get her up and walking, keep her up and walking. However many times a day that, it's like the first day it was once, the second day it's twice, how that goes. I think they said they've got her up walking 4 times yesterday. And so that's kind of her entire day is getting her up and walking and moving and making sure all systems are go, if you know what I mean. So every day she's a little better, a little stronger, getting her to eat, all that kind of stuff. It was a very major surgery, very major. So just the fact that she's even up and walking is a super, super big accomplishment. It was the type of surgery where they had to have 5 or 6 different doctors come in and sign off that they could even do it. And they had to make sure everybody was fully aware that it may not be survivable. So this was a big, big deal for everyone. So we're very pleased that things are going the way they are going. And at this point, I have not heard anything, and I spoke with her quite a bit yesterday. I haven't heard any talk of when she may be going home. I do know they anticipate that she'll be going home at some point, but I don't know when. And I don't know if, I didn't ask, and it wasn't brought up, if there will be an interim at a long-term care facility before she can transition home. I'm trying to remember if there was a conversation of it kind of depends on how well she does at the hospital, or I know they've got her set up at home, a room at home where there's no stairs, so she can go right from I'm thinking there might be a couple of stairs, like a porch. I can't remember. I've had a lot of conversations with her over the last few months, and I absolutely cannot remember if that was ever discussed. So I don't know. I do not know, but I know she's doing well. And that's what's going on there. Yesterday, the gentleman, and it was a gentleman, came and did the deep clean in the motorhome. Poor guy. He worked his little tail off. And I was very, very, very pleased. And it's not done. He spent many hours out there. And he's going to come back on Friday. It's almost done. He got, it's a large motorhome. It's 38 feet. And he got up to the front seat. And so the only thing that's left is the dashboard, the seat area, dashboard area, and then there's some cabinets above the dashboard. So he's going to come back Friday and finish that up. We're going to shampoo the carpets and start moving stuff back in. So I'm going to I got to move in the things that are staying in the motorhome that we pulled out. And then I can start moving yarn stuff out there. So that's going to be fun. So I anticipate by the weekend. I don't know. I got to look and see. I think I work a lot this weekend. I think I work at the, well, I know, of course I work at the shop. It might be next weekend I work at the college. I think it's next weekend I work at the college, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I might get all the stuff back into the motorhome this weekend. That would be nice. And then I can start thinking about how I want to transition this stuff out there. It's going to be fun. What I want to get. I won't get everything out there, but I'll get, and I've said this before, my goal is so that all of this, and maybe not that stuff there, because but maybe. We'll see. But my goal is to have everything in here that is not intended for a living room, so that my living space gets turned back into the living space, not yarn stuff. But I still want, to be able to sit here and work on a project while we're sitting here and watching TV. So it's not going to be completely void, I'll still have a working project, but okay, hands up. Normal people have a project next to their couch that they work on, right? That's what normal people do. Have a project that they work on, not 400 projects. Is that because, I'm not normal. I've never been normal. But I think that I could have like a bag with a project next to me. So you guys tell me, that's what I'm allowed to have in my living room. One project that I'm actually currently working on. Exactly. Right? Miss Cynthia says she refuses to be normal. And we know Dana's not normal, so we can't go with her. Okay, Steele says she has 2 projects and dishcloths. Amy's not normal. See, that's why we all get along. That's why we're all friends here. Yeah. It's a good thing Steve's not in here. He'd be beating me up for sure. Oh, I guess I need to tell you guys what I forgot completely. To tell you why we don't have Miss Darla sent a message. Oh, Miss Linda. Okay. Miss Darla sent a message and her honey got hurt at work today. So she's dealing with that. So we need, Sabrina can't stay. She's got too many whips to count and starting 3 new ones tomorrow. And Miss Sabrina, I hope on your whip list, you've got my shawl, which starts, and see, but that doesn't start until the 5th of May. So you got plenty of times to add that to your list. Here's how the shawl is coming. And then I'm going to show you Miss Linda's beautiful project. But this is the first finished repeat, and I'm starting the second repeat. I think it's going to be beautiful. Yes, prayers to Darla. So I'm going to show you guys this, and I cannot remember the name of it, of course, but it is one of Ophelia Makes' projects, and she made it way bigger. I thought it was a tiny. Oh, just a second then, Sabrina. Look at this gorgeous, huge, gorgeous thing that Miss Linda just finished. She's going to be making my shawl. She has just picked out the yarn, and she's buying the yarn from this. She's using this yarn that I'm suggesting, and I'm going to be mailing it off to her. But look at that envelope border. You guys know how hard the envelope border is. And she did it on this huge, but gosh, that's pretty. Love, love, love that. I love those colors, Linda. You guys know I'm color challenged. So the shawl is, Sabrina, starting on May 5th, which is a Sunday. It is Cinco de Mayo. It just happens to be Cinco de Mayo. On Sunday morning, so what's going on currently on Sundays, I'm doing a knit along. It's a square knit along. And a lot of people found it far too easy because it was supposed to be very, very easy. So Miss, oh my Lord. And thankfully, throughout the entire process, Miss Cheryl has been helping me throughout the entire thing. Well, don't get too excited. It's very, very, it was too easy for most people. But Miss Cheryl and I put our heads together and came up with this new process. We're still doing the square knit along, and we're about a third of the way through it. But Miss Cheryl and I put our heads together and came up with this additional knit make along. So each of us designed a shawl, and mine is crochet and hers is knit. And I'll tell you what, you guys, it is stunning. And because she does both, she knits and crochets, and I'm trying to find a picture of her beautiful. Here's some.
What time are you leaving?
This one, about 11:30. So here's a snippet of her knit shawl that she designed. She says this is easy. She claims this is an easy pattern. And then this is mine. This is hers is triangle. Mine is rectangle. You'll be able to do both of them, one of them, whatever you want. Hers is DK or worsted. I'm recommending DK because she's in Australia, so they're getting ready to go into winter. We are in North America, Washington State. We're getting ready to go into summer. So I wanted something a little lighter weight. She wanted something a little heavier weight. We are creating the patterns. We're going to be releasing the pattern on May 5th. And I believe we're both going to be ready to give out all of the information next Sunday. I think that's what we decided. Good Lord. We talk so much I can't keep up because our stuff kind of changes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we decided. So next Sunday morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning is when our live is. And you guys, she is so dedicated. You do realize that 8 in the morning here, Pacific time, is like 1 in the morning for her. She gets up in the middle of the night to do this. So I am pretty sure I'm going to be moving our live to Sunday evening. So it is not 1 in the morning for her. Can you even imagine? That is how dedicated she is to this. It's going to take me several lifetimes for the knit shawl. Are you asking for the knit shawl steel or the crochet? The crochet is a pretty quick make. There's no deadline. There's no, okay, we're doing this week, this next week. She's going to do video tutorials for the different chunks. The crochet, you're going to be able to do pretty quick. You're a pretty quick crocheter, right, Steel? I did this much. When did I start it? It took me for freaking ever. Okay, I've been trying different things on this. Now because I've been doing different things. On this chunk, I did the, what do they call that when you do when you're crocheting I did the double crochet and the chain all in one on that first row. What do they call that? Instead of doing a chain and then going back and double crocheting it, you do it all in one. What do they call that? What do they call that? What do they call that? Anyway, that's what I did on this one. And I hated it. I thought I was going to love it. Thank you. Foundation double crochet row. I did that on this one. I thought it was going to be faster. It was not. It took me 4 hours. I hated it. I will not do that again. But if you want to do it, you are welcome to do it. It looks great. I didn't like it, and I won't do it again. But you're welcome to do that. I found it much quicker to just do my chain and go back and do my double crochet. If I had not done that, it took me 1 day to do this. 4 hours. I know. Isn't that ridiculous, Thrifty? In fact, I think it took longer than that. I think it was closer to 5. Now, and it might be because I've never done it before. I had to learn it. I had to play with it. I didn't like it. I tore it out. I did it again. And it was 225, 230, something like that, stitches. So there's a lot of stitches there. But I did not like it. And I think it was, it easily took me twice as long as it would have to just do the other. But I don't see why. I mean, if you have a lot of crochet time on your hands, which I do this week, this is an unusual week for me. But probably week and a half for this. And I did use a larger hook. Yeah, probably faster. If I was using little tiny, then probably it would have been better. Because, yeah, when you've got little tiny chains and you're fighting to get into every one of them, then it does take a while. One row takes forever, right? Now, we're also going to have an option to do this the other way. So if you want to make it this way and you're only doing this wide and you want to crochet the long way, because a lot of people don't like to make a project where you're going 381 wide or 250 wide. But I think you lose the beauty of the iris stitch going that way. But I've seen it both ways, and it's pretty the other way. But that's an option. Now, Miss Amber, she's going to make hers into a poncho, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like. And she also has a lot of crocheting time sitting at the hospital with her mama. So if you want the edge looser, and this is something that I wanted, I wanted that edge to be, I think the edge looks perfect on this. It does look nice. It does look nice. But I'm just trying lots of different things with this so I can tell you guys your options and how it looks and things like that. Okay. You would not get that finished if you did it that way. 1, 2, 3. So just so you guys know, this stitch on this shawl is the only thing in the entire project that has to be correct. Right here, right now. So let's see if I muck it up. And if I do, it's super simple to fudge it and make it work. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see if it works out right or if I have to fudge it. Sometimes I do. Haven't had to yet on this one, on this iteration. I did have to on a different iteration. Okay, well, make sure, Sabrina, that you watch for us next Sunday and Sunday morning. It'll be 8 o'clock this coming Sunday morning, 8 o'clock Pacific. But I think we're going to move it to the evening after that. Nope, not 3, 2. Yay! Yeah, and then it'll officially start the first. I don't know if that's the first Sunday or not, but it's Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yep, it worked. Yay! So it's 10 o'clock. It's 2 hours later, Central. Oh, you're in the UK. I don't know the time difference in the UK. I'm sorry. Thank you for joining us, Sabrina. And you guys, I gotta run because I got a date with Miss Cynthia, and I got to gather up my blocks so that we can do our little block exchange. And I've got to write a note to put in there so you guys know what kind of stuff I used. And then get them in the mail. Okay, 1. Put my pin in there. It's also super important that you put a pin in the end of every single round so this thing doesn't grow. Snickerdoodles are my favorite, Linda. Mail me some, please. Please, please, please. Teasing. They are my favorite, though. They are my favorite of all the cookies in the world. Okay, I'm out. Thank you guys ever so much. Miss Linda, I will get your order ready because now we know you need 5 skeins. And you picked peach, something peach. It's a super pretty color. I remember that. I just don't remember the name of it. White peach. You picked white peach, right? White peach. And I do have enough of that if somebody else wants white peach because I've got 10 skeins of that. I also have enough of this if somebody else wants. This is called Bachelor Button. If somebody else wants this beautiful blue. And I will see you in a bit, Miss Cynthia. Hold on to that killer dog. She's got the cutest little puppy. He's about this big. And he's just a big old fluff ball. Yep. Okay, I'm going to load up my stuff. And I am on my way. Thank you guys ever so much for joining in today. And thank you to Miss Dana's folks for popping in on her channel. We really, really appreciate that. We may have a live drive with Dana tomorrow. It just kind of depends. We never know. It just depends on what's going on with her. We will see you Sunday morning at 8 o'clock to talk about the upcoming make-along. We're calling it a make-along because we have crochet and knit. Plus, you'll see where we're at on our knit squares. And then after that, I think we are doing sit and stitch. Depends. It seems to me I have an appointment this coming Sunday, and I wasn't going to be able to do it, but I cannot remember now. And then that's all my little brain can remember. We are also going to be watching me, if you want, turn this mess into the yarn room. That's it, the Greenway. That was the name of your beautiful, beautiful blanket, the Greenway. So if you guys want to watch videos about turning this nightmare into the yarn room in the motorhome, we'll talk to you guys later. Please go and watch please go and watch today's video, which was dropping about the new yarn store. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.